You are listening to Benas. This is BBC Radio Wales. Time now to chat to an award-winning Welsh triple threat. She's baked up a brilliant performance in Waitress, absolutely soared in Wicked, and was illegally good in Legally Blonde. From The X Factor to Les Mis, this West End star has certainly been all around the block, yes. And now she's on tour to prize all of her iconic roles and more. That's right, the immensely talented Lucie Jones joins us now. A very warm welcome to the afternoon show. Lucie, how are you?
I'm great. I mean, that was quite a welcome. Thank you so much. What an introduction.
Well deserved as well. I mean, you've had a phenomenal few years, haven't you? It's been such a journey for you. And now you're off on tour doing your own thing. How does that feel? How exciting is it?
Yeah, it's really cool, actually, because it's something that people who don't do what I do don't really think about, is that most of the time when I'm on stage, I'm pretending to be somebody else, you know, which is lovely and easier, if I'm honest, because the words are written down for you. But I love going out on a stage and being Lucie and just connecting with an audience and getting to sing and tell stories, and just, it feels so intimate. I love it.
And is this your first tour as Lucie and not one of your many characters?
I've done lots of live stuff before. I've played at the St David's Hall and I've done a couple of West End concerts, but it's only ever been like 1 or 2 dates. So this is my first kind of multi-date tour, yes.
And your fans will be, you know, wanting to hear you sing songs from all your iconic roles. What can we expect from the evening?
Well, what can't you expect, really? We've got a bit of a smorgasbord. When I'm designing and coming up with a set list for these kind of things, I always think I'm a big fan of this kind of night. I love going to them. I love a musical. I love going to watch an orchestra play film suites and all that kind of stuff. So I always think, what would I want to hear if I was a guest, you know? So that's where I always start. And I kind of build from there. So all the kind of stuff that you're going to want to hear and that you might expect me to hear, I'll be doing some of that. I'll be doing some film stuff. I'll be doing some pop and some things that you might not expect as well.
Oh, some nice little surprises.
Throw curveball in, you know.
Like that very much. We'll be seeing you in Wales on May the 5th in St David's Hall. And I would imagine for you, there's nothing like a Welsh audience, right?
Oh, there's honestly nothing like it. And also, I never feel nerves like it either. You know, it's
really
coming home and doing something like this. It always, because when I'm up here and I'm off and about and traveling around the world and stuff, it's great and I have loads of fun, but I just kind of get on with it. But then it's like something about going home. Suddenly everything feels real and you feel the weight of everything, and it's so nostalgic. And because I've seen so many things in St David's Hall growing up, and you know, it's one of the first places I performed when I was a kid, and it's so special to come back. And I feel like, honestly, I feel like I crossed the Severn Bridge and I feel like a big hug from the country. It's so nice. And it's always, I love that Welsh people support Welsh people. It's just one of my favourite things about being Welsh, and I can't wait to come back and experience that.
So I would imagine
again.
That night the energy is very different, both on how you feel and how the audiences are reacting to you.
Yes, when I've done this before and I've done London and Cardiff, I've got to say, lots of people who've seen both have said it feels so different in Cardiff. You know, there's just a different energy there, and I'm slightly different as well. I take on it's almost like it's even more me. That sounds probably really weird, but
no.
I just feel very, I'm home, aren't I? So it's lush. I love it.
It's the air, it's the people, it's the passion, it's the love, which is absolutely phenomenal. And worth mentioning that you are touring with the Full Tone Orchestra, a 50-piece orchestra. What's that like?
I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't think I even know that many people, let alone people who are that talented to get them in a room together. It's been incredible getting to know the orchestra and how they work. And we had a first rehearsal last weekend, and oh my God, they sound amazing. It's just so much sound. You don't expect it. It just blows you away, you know, and it's beautiful. I'm so excited to play with them.
Well, we are very excited to welcome you here in Wales with that beautiful performance in May. But we have to talk to you about Eurovision, which is coming up soon. You represented the UK in 2017. Tell us what that experience was like.
Oh, it was nuts. It's the sort of thing you look back on and you're like, did that really happen? Yeah. Was I really there? Or have I just kind of fabricated all this in my mind? It was amazing. The year that I did it, we were in Ukraine and Kiev as well, and I'm so glad that I got to be there and experience it, because it was such a wonderful place and the people were just gorgeous. And the thing I really love about Eurovision every year is that it's just so inclusive and diverse, and nobody is judged, and you can be as wacky and wonderful as you want in Eurovision and you'll be praised for it. And there really aren't that many spaces in the world, you know. But yeah, it was bonkers, and like I said, it doesn't even feel real, to be honest.
What was the experience like being in Ukraine at that time?
Oh, it was amazing. I had a lovely time.
Yeah.
People were amazing. Great, beautiful country, great city. Loads of really interesting foods and places, like buildings, and we kind of got to explore a little bit, not as much as I would have liked to. But I'm so glad that I have this wonderful memory of a wonderful country, and obviously what's going on there at the moment is just horrendous.
Well, I think it would be...
My heart goes to them.
Absolutely. I think it would be really fitting now if we played the song that you represent the UK with. So stay with us. We'll be back right after hearing Never Give Up on You. That was Never Give Up on You by Lucie Jones. Absolutely beautiful. You've got such an angelic voice, haven't you, Lucie? Have you been told that? I bet you've been told that a billion times, have you?
No, you're very kind. You're very kind. I don't know, but everyone's got a different opinion. And to be honest, like I say, when I was saying earlier about playing roles in musical theatre, your voice kind of adapts to the role, and you're playing a character, so you do, you know, slightly different things each time. So my voice has been lots of different things, but thank you very much. I'll take it as a compliment.
That beautiful voice, that song, you know, representing the UK in Ukraine in 2017. Are you heading up to Liverpool this year for, you know, the show landing in the UK?
Yes, I am indeed. I'm not actually going to be there for the final. I'm in Les Mis in the West End at the moment. So that's kind of taken up, as it should, most of my time and energy. But I'll be up there the week before and earlier in the week, and I'll be soaking up the atmosphere. And, you know, we're flying the flag for Ukraine, like we said, this year, should be over there. But Sam Ryder has said it's the Ukraine's party, but we're hosting it.
Aww.
It's at our house. It's such a lovely way of putting it, and I think we're all coming together at some points throughout the week to celebrate that.
It is so fantastic that you are able to pop up. So let's talk about you rejoining Les Mis. How's it going?
Oh, it's been lush. I love it so much. It's the last job I did. I was in Wicked earlier this year and last year, which was amazing. And it's very, very full on. Like, it's a big role that you're playing on stage for the whole show. And I'm playing Fantine now in Les Miserables. And no spoiler alerts here. It's a very old musical. I'm sure everyone knows. Fantine doesn't make it through Act 1. She pops her clogs. So
you can chillax.
Yeah, a little bit. No, don't get me wrong. It's an incredible role, and it still takes its toll, you know. It's very emotional, and I'm getting thrown around the stage, and there's fights, and it's brilliant. It's so... I've not done this role in the full show before. I did it in a concert version of Les Mis during lockdown. So it's been fun to explore what it's like to move that role around the stage, because the last time I did it, I just stood still in front of a microphone and, you know, acted and sang it. Yeah. But now we're doing the fight calls, and I'm rolling around on the floor and all sorts of stuff. And it's brilliant. I love the show. I don't think it'll ever get old for me,
no.
Les Mis. It's amazing.
It is absolutely incredible show to be a part of. But you first joined the cast over a decade ago. I mean, how has it been for you relearning the show as a different character?
Do you know what? There are certain moments in the show where Cosette, the character that I played when I was 18, that the music comes in for her cues to come on stage or sing something, and I jump a little bit, and then I realise that, you know, 15 years has passed or whatever, and I'm no longer a teenager playing a juvenile lead, and I'm quite happy to sit there with my cup of tea whilst Cosette does her little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been really interesting, because it was so long ago, but it's amazing how it's still in my bones there, you know. The musical cues go, and I go, oh, it's me. No, it's not me. It's Cosette.
Oh, it is lovely to have you back in the West End. But you've recently also released a book with David Hunter. It's called Doctor's Orders. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, Dave and I, we're good pals. We met doing Waitress in the West End 2019. And in Waitress, the musical, there was a point where I was playing a character who went into a doctor's surgery, and he was playing the doctor. The doctor got all nervous and flustered at having this young woman in his surgery because he liked the look of her or what have you. And he would get a little vitamin slip that he's supposed to give to me, and he'd do this thing where he'd throw it up in the air, being all goofy. And David used to draw on them every day, do a little doodle or a little comment about the day, or maybe something we'd been talking about beforehand or whatever. But I kept them all. I put them all on the wall in my dressing room behind me because I thought they were lovely.
Yeah.
He's a great artist, and they're just memories, you know, so I kept them all. And then in lockdown, I rang him up and I was like, what are we going to do with these? I've got them all here. We should do something with them. We should share them. And we come up with the idea of doing a book. So we put them all into a little coffee table book. It's called Doctor's Orders. And we've done one drop of it. And we are actually thinking about doing another one because there's been a lovely response. It's such a beautiful little book. And if you saw the show, or if you saw the tour, or if you know me or Dave, then it's such a lovely little memento. And actually, Dave is going to be on my tour with me. So he'll be in Cardiff on May the 5th.
Oh, fantastic.
On stage, so that, and we may or may not be doing a song from Waitress in the show,
and hopefully doing more doodling or drawing for you. Tell us what is your favourite piece of art that he's kind of written within or drawn within the book?
Do you know, it's actually really easy for me. Because Dave started the show before me, his contract was running out before mine was, and I really wanted him to stay. I loved working with him. We were having so much fun, and it's just nice to have a really good friend to play opposite. You know, it just makes the experience completely different. And the day that he found out that he definitely was going to stay, he gave me a vitamin slip on stage with a little drawing of him holding a banner saying, I'm staying.
Oh.
And I had a tear. I was so happy I had a tear. And he was looking at me so bemused and amused, I should say, because in the scene, Jenna is not supposed to be crying or upset or moved.
Yeah.
But yeah, there I was having a happy tear. So that's one of my favourite ones, and I'll definitely cherish that one and keep it forever. And that one is in the book.
So Lucie, what are you looking forward to the most this year going forward? I know you got the tour coming up, and you are in the West End as well. What else is down the pipeline for you?
Do you know, the thing I'm most excited about is that I'm launching the Lucie Jones Academy. It all came from lockdown. I started teaching on Zoom, and I was doing one-to-one lessons on Zoom all day, every day, and I loved it. I really, really loved it. It's going to be workshops, so it might be Lucie Jones Academy presents, I don't know, Les Miserables with Lucie Jones.
I
or
would
Lucie
have
Jones
loved
Academy.
that growing up. That would have been
that's
right
what I
down
thought,
my street.
You know, me too. And I know so many people, even if you're not going to be in performing arts for your whole life, doing these things is so important. Even if you're just standing up in front of a room of people in your job in 10 years' time, thinking, right, I can do this because I once sang that song in front of 15 people. Or do you know what I mean? Like, it just gives you a bit of confidence and training, and I love it. So I'm very much looking forward to that.
We are fully behind you. Once you launch it, let us know. It's been lovely chatting with you today. Thank you so much, Lucie.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. And you can watch Lucie Jones live, and she will be with the Full Tone Orchestra in St David's Hall on May the 5th.